Hi everybody, Cindy here with Stampin' Creations. If you're new here, welcome, hello. Just a little bit about myself. I live on a farm outside of Brigden, Ontario in Canada. We have 100 head of cattle. Both my husband and I work full time, and I have two young children, 15 and 17. I had to think about their ages for a second. So if this is your first time joining me, welcome. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you will share this video with your friends. And I'd love to hear some feedback. So let's get started. This is what I call Mystery Monday, and I go and do a video each Monday. I'm trying to get my camera set up. I realized I forgot to do that. Each Monday I will post measurements, and then we make the cards together. But because I've been having such terrible internet issues, I've just been doing these videos on YouTube. So I'm hoping we can get that resolved shortly. I have spoken to the internet company again. They're very well aware of the issue. I made it quite clear, politely, of course. And they know there's an issue, and they just can't figure out what the problem is. So frustrating beyond belief, but we don't have many options here in the country. So bear with me. I'm hoping we can get this straightened around soon. But if you are local, you want to stay tuned because there's a big announcement coming in September. Maybe before September, but definitely for September. All right, so let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna get my camera so it's not so blurry. And I'm gonna go back a little bit. Okay, so I gave you guys some measurements. Sorry, I'm bouncing my camera around. I'm just trying to get things moved around here. Okay, I gave you some measurements. And my first card is, excuse me, I'm going to be using Splendid Thoughts, but I'm going to be using the dies here. So if you're not familiar with this one, this actually is in the holiday or the occasions mini is what we call it. And it's got this beautiful, beautiful foil paper called Blended Thoughts, I think, or Blended Days is the paper. The paper is incredible. So I've just picked just a few of it, but you can see the back part. So one side is foil, the other side is solid. It's absolutely amazing. So I am using this, and I am probably going to be using one of these stamps here. But I gave you the measurements of the card base. So just a standard card base is all you need for this one. And then I gave you the measurements of 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. And I said you needed 3. Now, you probably could get away with 3 solid or 3 identical. I'm doing mine with all different just because I think it would look really, really cool. So that's what you need. And then I said a white piece. So I'm using this die, which this die is actually from this set here, which I've not even put into my, I've not put it into my cases yet. It's Stylish Shapes is this one here, and I love this set. It's one of my favorite dies, actually. I use it quite often. Actually, it's sitting on the counter here because I use it on almost every card, either the circles or the flags, one or the other. So that's what I'm using. And then I have actually cut out using the, what color is this? This color is Pear Pizzazz. And these are the dies from that Splendid Thoughts, the ones I just showed you, okay? So I'm going to use these. And as soon as I can pop these out, sorry, I should have done this off camera, but I actually forgot I had cut these out already. All right, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to bring in my roller. So this is my little trick that I've learned from somebody. It's just a lint roller that I keep here on my desk, and it picks up all the bits and pieces for me. Okay, so what are we doing here? So I'm using a white card base. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to actually put my silver piece here. I'm going to put my pink piece here. I want to make sure I'm on camera. I'm famous for going off camera and expecting you to see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to put my copper piece here-ish is what I'm going to do. Now, I'm going to grab my bone folder, though, because my paper is not creased very well, so it keeps popping open. So I like to take my bone folder And I like to just run that along the edge of my card and see now how my card is closed. It's none of that flopping open. So this bone folder will actually give you a nice crisp fold when you're doing your cards. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take my Stampin' Seal and I'm going to actually just run it here. I should really grab my silicone mat. And I'm going to put this along the edge. Now I am doing this along the edge of the part that opens. Now, what I should have done, essentially, is I should have started in the middle or on the one side to make sure that I'm spacing out correctly. So, what I'm going to actually do is go on the other side so that I have. So essentially I want to make sure that when I'm doing this that my spacing on both sides are even, okay? And then this piece here, my silver, is going to go right in the middle there. And again, trying to keep everything even. So if I was on the ball, Miss Cindy here would have her silicone mat out because that's always fun. Okay, oopsie daisies. That is not where I wanted that to go. I wanted that to go over more. Okay, that's okay. All right, so this is what I have. Look how beautiful this is. Can you see how pretty this is? Maybe I should turn this light off. Whoop, there we go. Sorry. Okay, see how pretty this is? The foil paper is incredible. All right, so now if I bring in my stamp, I actually need a wedding card. So I'm almost wondering if I should be making this into a wedding card. I think this might be, no, not going to fit. So I could do this. Today is a day to remember. Oh, that's the other thing I have to remember. I just thought of something I have to remember to do. Do you do that where you're working on something and all of a sudden something else will pop in your head? And all of a sudden you think, oh, I have to do that. Oh, all of a sudden feel like I'm going to sneeze. Okay, so I'm going to actually use what here? I'm just going to use black ink on this one, I think. I don't even think I'm going to do anything fancy with colors. Normally I would, but I think black will just kind of look really, really pretty here. So today is a day to remember. So I'm just going to line up my tag, and I'm going to actually go to the side here. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to put this here, but then my plan is to put these, and I don't know if I want to use all of these, I just kind of had them cut out so then I had them. Yeah, I don't think I want to use all three of those. To be quite honest, I think I'm only going to use this one possibly, and that one, and just leave it at that. So what I'm going to do though is I am going to grab my silicone mat. All of a sudden I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Okay, grabbing my silicone mat, I'm going to actually pop this up. Now when I say pop up, it's our dimensionals is what I want to use. I just realized you guys can't even see me. There we go. I'm not even fully set up. Okay, I'm trying to rush through this. I need my scissors. And I like to use every part of my dimensionals. So you'll see that I actually have even used the outside part of my dimensionals. I'm kind of frugal that way when it comes to stuff. Okay, bringing my card back in, and there's something, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to put this about here. Okay, now this little guy here, let me just see what I want to do here. I kind of like the tall spiky. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my fine tip glue. So this fine tip glue is awesome for these things. Now, I could have, if I was really on the ball tonight, which I am not, I could have actually put this through on our adhesive sheets. And what our adhesive sheets do, I just thought I did this whole video with no volume. What our adhesive sheets do is it actually would cut this out on an adhesive. So really I would just peel this off and it would be like a giant sticker is really what it would be. So I'm going to put this about here. And I'm just going to hold it for a second. So the fine tip glue does take a second to dry, which is fine. So as long as you're aware of that. And then when it's on foil paper, sometimes it does take an additional little second just. And I did not put it all over. I just kind of put it in the thicker parts of my paper. So I'm going to use this one. And so why do you want a silicone mat? Well, you can do all sorts of cool techniques with it. However, you also, it's great because glue does not stick to it. So you don't end up with glue all over your surfaces, right? So it's kind of awesome that way. Okay. So, I'm going to close up my fine tip glue, and I feel like this needs a ribbon. So, let me see what I have in my treasure chest. I might actually use this fine ribbon here. So this is our in color glimmer paper, it's glimmer ribbon. It's really beautiful. So if you're in my in color club, this is one of the items that you received, right? Part of this color. So I'm just going to, I like to cut off much more than I need, and then I like to trim it down. Just because my fingers do not work how I want them to some days. And so I think it's best. Okay, I'm just going to take a glue dot. Put it down there. Oh, did that come? Oh, that did not actually adhere. Actually, that's not even where I wanted the glue. Ah. Boy, I'm batting 1,000 tonight, aren't I? The fan on my computer is running nonstop, which has me a little bit concerned. Okay, so now that I have that there, I'm going to trim that. And there is my card. Now I'm going to probably take this there off. That's exactly what I want to happen. So there's my card. Okay, so that's card number 1. Now, card number 2. So I want you to post your pictures of your finished cards, and I think what I'm going to do is, if you comment, or if you post a picture, I'm going to put your name in a draw. I think is what I'm going to do this week. So some people are not comfortable posting pictures of their completed projects, and that's fine. So even if you comment, I'm going to put your name in a draw for a prize. And Lord knows I have lots of prizes here, so this should be really fun. Okay, so my second one that I'm going to do is actually using Cottage Rose right here. It is honestly one of my favorites. And it's one that I'm starting to forget I have because I'm falling in love with so much of the other products. So this I pulled from my Love It Chop It pile. So if you're not familiar with Love It Chop It, it's a class that I do each and every month. And it teaches you how to use your designer series paper to get the most out of it, and so that you're using all of your paper, because some of us have a tendency of not using our papers because they're too beautiful to use. So I will show you a great way to use your papers. So the toughest decision on this one will be which papers I want going where. So I think this is the combination I'm going to go with. And then I have the smaller flag here. And then I've cut out some flowers out of the die. So this set does have a beautiful die set as well to coordinate with the stamps. And the paper is incredible. It was also a Love It Chop It paper that we did a few months ago. So this type of a card is very, very awesome. When you've done Love It Chop It, it makes the designing of the card a lot easier because you're just cutting your papers down to a certain size. So I need to glue these down. So I think what I'm going to actually do is, I'm going to start on this side, I think, this time. And so it's really hard to pick which paper you want on which side because both sides of this paper are so beautiful. It truly is, it truly is a challenge. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the middle. So if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please be sure to do that so that when I post new videos, you're the first to know. And I know lately my videos that I'm scheduling to post at 7:15 are not posting. So clearly the operator must be doing something incorrectly. So we will have to do some digging on that and see what the problem is. But the nice thing is about these videos that you can always go back and review them again. Okay, so here is my paper. I love it. I love this one. Okay, so now what do I want as a sentiment? Feel better soon. Feel better real soon. That's a nice one. Best wishes. I just have a small one. And I am going to use the Cottage Rose stamp set. Yeah, I think I'm going to use that one. I think that's exactly. I don't have a lot of Get Well Soon cards. I'm not sure why, to be quite honest, but let me see. I'm going to use wait, no, I'm not. I'm going to use Early Espresso. Can't really go wrong with this one because you have Early Espresso, you have Basic Black, you got Blushing Bride. Got a couple different colors going on here. Okay, so Feel Better Real Soon. So if I put that there and then I can put my flower. Actually, I might go this way because it's pink. And then I can go pink. And then I can maybe do some leaves back behind. I might not do that leaf. I may not do these leaves at all, actually. The more I look at it, the more I'm changing my mind. But this is another super fun, quick card layout that if you have your cardstock already cut to Love It Chop It size, then you are good to go. Okay. So I hope everybody's been having a really good summer. It's been very, very quiet, which is, I mean, always positive. But I am excited to get back to some sort of normal if we have anything remotely close to somewhat of a normal. I need to make sure I'm opening my card the right way because I have been known to glue my card the wrong way. Not that that's ever happened to anybody, right? Okay. So again, if I had used my adhesive sheets because I was thinking this would make my life much easier because I would just be able to peel it off like a sticker and just adhere it down. But I was not thinking when I did this. I was more around the design of the card and therefore not focused. Okay, so I'm going to put this one here. I'm just going to hold it for a second. Okay. And I don't know really where I want to put this one, to be quite honest. I might actually just trim that off and just pop that up there. So, oops, I'm just going to trim off my tail. And I'm going to pop this one about there. Where do I want to put this? I feel like it needs something right here. Like that, maybe. I might actually just... I know. I'm going cut happy now. You see where I'm going with this, right? I'm just going right down to the flower. I just feel like it needs something right there. Okay, so, but this is the great thing about the dies, is that you can slice them down or trim them down as you see fit. So you're not really always committed to exactly what the die is. Use your creativity and, you know, adjust the die as you see fit, which is always fun to do as well. Okay. So I feel like this needs some I'm losing my voice. Always losing my voice, guys. Always losing my voice. Okay. That must mean I'm doing too much talking. My take your pick tool is way over here. So what do I want here? I want, if you don't know, these are my favorite. These are iridescent rhinestones is what these are. Oh my gosh, so incredibly beautiful. If you don't have these, they are a must-have on your wish list because they're so beautiful. Okay, I'm going to close up my fine tip glue. Possibly. There we go. Okay. There we go. And then I'm going to clean off my stamp so I can put this away. So this is card number 2 that is now done. I just want to make sure this is still recording. It sure is. Okay. So I am moving through these cards pretty darn quick, but that's okay because you can stop this video at any point in time and go back and look at the instructions again. And the reason I'm moving a little bit quicker is because the upload time for me sometimes is a lot when I'm doing these, okay? So just try and keep them very straight and simple. All right, so the last card I'm using, I'm going to use True Beauty. I'm going to use the dies, and I'm going to use the Awash and Beauty paper, which I did use last week. And this one I have not actually finished I've not finished the part for this, I guess. I thought I had, but apparently I have not. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to fly by the seat of our pants tonight, it looks like. Okay. I was talking on the phone, not paying attention. So, this one's very white, but I think that's okay. What is this? I feel like the bold needs to go in the middle. I feel like this needs to go over yonder. Oh, it's so pretty. This paper is incredible. So this was last month's Love It Chop It. So you'll notice that I've been, oh yeah, because I think that was my thought. I think I was going to use that part. So you'll notice that I say Love It Chop It a lot. And yes, I do, because I love and chop all of my paper mostly. I do keep one package of 12 by 12 just for classes that might require a piece that's bigger than your size that we would cut down and Love It Chop It. But for the most part, I try to love and chop my paper, and I use those classes a way for me as well, excuse me, to cut my paper. So I offer the class, but it's actually beneficial for me as well to do those classes. Okay, so there's this paper. Beautiful, right? Okay, so now this one is not the paper that I had envisioned for this. I was gonna do You Are a True Friend, on this, but I want to cut this down a little bit because I feel like it's very bulky. There, like that. Okay, so put that over there. And I will probably use, you know what? I might just put just because. So, okay, you will notice that this stamp set is not put together. That's okay. We don't judge here. Right? There's a reason why it's not put together, because I have not had a chance to put it together yet. But we don't judge. So, what happens here stays here. Right? Okay. So, be sure to invite your friends to this channel. Be sure to follow the channel and subscribe, because that's really, really important. That way you don't miss any of the videos. Okay, and I have lots of great things coming up, so I hope that you'll follow along. And you can always find more information on, excuse me, Facebook is where you'll find me. I do have Pinterest, and I do have TikTok, and all sorts of fun things. So I might just actually go this way. Oh, I kind of stamped up the wrong way. Okay, so what I was initially thinking in my head, I was thinking about doing this flower in a rock and roll. What do you think? Would that be fun? This flower as a rock and roll. I have no idea if it's going to work. So, not that the rock and roll is not going to work, just if the what it's going to look like. I'm just looking for a piece of white. Is actually what I'm looking for. And I had some here, and I have no idea where I put it. Okay, I guess I'll use this, which I think is supposed to be the inside of the card. Okay, so I'm actually going to, what do I want to do here for colors? Maybe I will do this in yellow. So I'm going to do crushed curry. So crushed curry. So if you've never seen rock and roll done before, you are in for a treat. Okay, rock and roll. So crushed curry is my base color. And then I'm going to take rich raspberry. And I am going to just roll my stamp. You see that? Let's see what this looks like. That's what it looks like. So if you can't see it in person, you can't see it well on the camera, trust me, it's incredibly stunning. And of course I'm going to be putting some Wink of Stella on there. I could have done that in Daffodil Delight, but of course I liked the crushed curry. My phone is going a little bit crazy cuckoo right now, so I'm going to go with my die. I'm just going to go over here off camera for half a second. I'm going to cut this out, and we're going to come back and pop this up. So, while I am die cutting, if you are local, you want to stay tuned for a very big announcement coming. If you're not local, that's okay. You can still get all the lowdown and all the fun, and you can still join me here. I feel like we need some leaves. So what if I took those leaves that I was going to use on the other card and put them here? Okay. I need some pop-ups. My pop-ups are done. The fan is going on my computer right now, like non-stop. I'm sure I'm overworking it. Okay, so I'm going to go just because. So again, I want you posting your pictures and commenting, because commenting is really, really important to those that are posting their pictures. So if you're not comfortable posting your finished projects, that's fine. You can always private message them to me, and I like to see them, and that way I can still take advantage of putting you in the draw. Okay, now my fine tip glue for my leaves. I just got lazy and did not put the silicone mat down. So that's drying. And there. And of course, we need some bling on this, and we need some Wink of Stella. So if you're putting Wink of Stella on your ink or on your image, you need to know that it will blend, right? Sometimes it's really cool, sometimes it's not. So just be very, very aware that does happen, okay? I'm going to put some here on these leaves just to give it a little bit of extra bling. And then I want to bring in my rhinestones. I can color these if I wanted with my blends. I'm not going to though. I kind of like them just clear. I love these. They're probably one of my favorite products. It's just where to position them is always my struggle. There. Just to kind of dress up that white a little bit more. All right, so there's my last card. So in 31 minutes, I did my introduction and 3 cards. Super duper quick. I know they were super quick. I apologize that they were so quick, but I think the layout is very, very simple, and I think you're really going to like it. And I think it's one that you can definitely do. I did try doing some fancy folds with you guys. I think maybe it was just a little bit too much, maybe. I don't know. Maybe people didn't like it. Maybe it's too hard to do on a video. But that's okay. We can go back to doing these. I'm just going to get some stuff out of the way here. All right. So here are the 3 cards I made tonight. Well, on camera. Okay. So 1, 2, and 3. You don't have to vote, but I love it when you vote. Always makes me smile when you guys vote. This is another one that I just did before I went on camera. And this is, again, using the teacups. Really cute. Paper's a little bit more busy. I really like these ones, but this was one that I did do as well. So you can see in a very, very short period of time how quickly you can put out some really, really beautiful cards, right? So card making does not have to be hours and hours and hours of crafting, right? Sometimes it is, but it doesn't always have to be. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed that, and I hope you guys will post your pictures of your finished projects or message me, comment. I will post this video also on Facebook. But I hope you guys like this. I love hearing your feedback, so please keep the feedback coming. And then, like I said, big announcement coming in just a short period of time. So be sure to stay tuned and follow. If you're an active follower, you will be one of the very first to know the big deal. Okay? So thanks for joining me tonight. I hope you guys are having a great day. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on all my social media. Thanks for all your support. I appreciate it, and we'll be talking to you soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.